Hi, my name is David Contreras, and I'm here to show you my model of the Centre Pompidou. This Centre Pompidou, also known as Centre Georges Pompidou, was the brainchild of President Georges Pompidou, who wanted to create an original cultural institution in the heart of Paris, completely focused on modern and contemporary creations, where the visual arts could combine with theater, music, cinema, literature, and the spoken words. Housed in the center of Paris, in the Beaubourg district, the building was designed by Italian architect Renzo Piano and British architect Richard Rogers. The building is in the style of high-tech architecture, but is often referred to as structural expressionism due to the fact that its structure is the superficial-most level of the building. Both these architects were renowned for their 20th century innovations in architecture. The Centre Pompidou first opened its doors to the public in 1977. Initially, all of the functional structural elements of the building were to be color-coded. The green pipes were to be the plumbing. The blue pipes were climate control or ventilation. Electrical were to be encased in yellow, and circulation elements and devices for safety such as fire extinguishers and sprinkler lines were indicated with red. However, recent visits suggest that the color coding has partially lapsed. Many of the elements are simply painted white. For example, the two pipes on the outside over here, which are represented in just the natural color of wood to give it a contrast from the white building, show that even though these pipes may be some sort of ventilation or even plumbing, they're kept as white. Also, if you view the building from above, there are air conditioning units like most modern day buildings. Yet those are painted white even though they'd fall into the category of ventilation. All the structure in the front of the building is also painted white. And since circulation was given the color of red, the stairs are red but not on the top. The stairs are actually painted red on the bottom. Due to the model I've created and the camera angles I can get, I can't really get under there. But as you'll see in the pictures at the end of the slide, the bottom of the stair sets are red. About 6 million people pass through the Centre Pompidou's doors each year. This is no surprise, seeing as the building features the top collections of modern and contemporary art in Europe, a vast public reference library with facilities for over 2,000 readers, general documentations on 20th century art, a cinema and performance halls, music research institute, educational activity areas, bookshops, and even a restaurant and a cafe. I would now like to show you how I built this model. I started off with using basswood and dowel rods for most of the construction of this building. I also used white foam core for the core. Since the core of the building was not the main focus, the big ideas of the building, it's just represented in a big foam core box. This building actually has glass windows all the way around, but I was not able to model that accurately, and with the scale that I was using, it would have been very small and very hard to make. The structural system is just made up of a bunch of dowel rods with posts and basswood structural, almost cantilevered points that come out at every floor. The building has 8 floors total, but there are only 6 structural supports, and the last 3 floors on the bottom are left open for various entrances at the bottom of the building. The stair, as you can see here, does not go all the way to the top, for the building is cut off at a section because modeling the whole building would have been at a scale that would have been too small and too hard. Doing it this way allows me to scale the building up a bit, get a little greater detail, and while still showing the main points of the building. Here we have the back side of the building. Now most people are surprised to find out that this is the back due to the fact that it has some of the most interesting aspects of the building. This is where you really see all the structural components and the color coding that were mentioned earlier. The way I modeled this was just a series of varying diameter dowel rods, and then I would color them with markers in the representative colors of whatever system they belong to. Obviously, these are not accurate. The building has hundreds and hundreds of pipes going every which way. This is a very representative way to show this. Finally, I'd just like to sort of give you an overview of the whole building. The base that I put it on is just simply trimmed with basswood on a foam core base. Being that it is a section cut through the building, this part of the building is hollowed out, for there is no need to model anything inside of there. And that is my model of the Centre Pompidou in Paris. It is easily one of my favorite buildings. It's very cool, very unique, and I like the concept behind it. I hope you've learned a little bit with my presentation, and thanks for watching.